This is one in a series of videos about the OPTiMiSe community service booking software. In this video, we will look in more detail at the Helpers page. On this page, we can make and edit helper records, allowing us to add them to bookings we create. To get to the Helpers page, we go up to the menu bar, press the Data button, and select Helpers from the list that appears. On this page, we can see all our organisation's helpers and their contact details listed in a table. Helper records are for all those members of your organisation who carry out the active parts of bookings, so drivers, escorts and befrienders, for example. Office and admin users are not included here. As usual in OPTiMiSe, clicking on any of the columns will sort them by that column, with a second sorting it in reverse. The Roles column reflects the duties a helper can be assigned. If we place our mouse over one of the black symbols in the column, the name of the role appears. We will explain more about helper roles in a moment. You can add a helper to OPTiMiSe by pressing the New button just here. This will bring up a form for you to fill in. The headings with red asterisks next to them must be filled in, while those without can be left if you wish. You will also see information areas at points on the page. These provide helpful information about certain features. The first section of this concerns the helper's personal details. Title is simply how the client is formally addressed. Selecting Other allows you to enter your own in the case of their title not being included. As this process is fairly self-explanatory, I'll just fill in the other details now. While not necessary, administrative area may be useful if your organisation covers more than one area and likes to keep track of which one a particular helper comes from. Or, you could use this for assigning a helper to a specific area you operate in. For example, this helper may come from one of 3 villages, in our case, Higher, Middle and Lower Morton. Or your organisation may assign helpers to one of 2 county areas, such as East and West Sussex. These administrative areas can be used how you wish and are created by an admin. The Roles area concerns the helper duties we came across earlier. These are car or bus driver, escort, which is for when an extra helper goes along on a booking to aid the driver or passengers, and befriender, which is given to helpers who are sent on social visits. A helper can only be assigned to bookings that match their role. For example, a car driver cannot be assigned a bus or a minibus, and cannot be sent on a social visiting booking, while a befriender cannot be sent on a journey booking. Helpers can be assigned as many roles as you wish. Capabilities are important as they allow you to better select a helper for a booking. For example, whether or not a helper can cope with wheelchairs may be vital if transporting certain disabled passengers, so this is shown next to each helper's name when selecting a driver for a booking. In the Contact Details section, we can enter the helper's partner's name and their email address, if they have either one of these, and must enter at least one phone number so we are able to get in touch with the helper. If we enter multiple numbers, we are able to click and drag them so that the most important is first. Wherever this helper's number is displayed in OPTiMiSe, if there is one number shown, it will be this first one. There are some additional features at the bottom of the page here, the most important being this helper's start date. This can be in the future if they are not due to start for a while, or in the past if they have already started. If you put their start date in the future, this client will not be available for bookings until that date. The other areas are optional but might be of use to you. Finishing date is similar to start date, except that the helper will not be available for any bookings after the date. Once you've saved, the record will automatically open for you, but you can easily go back if you wish. You can open any of these records by clicking on them. The record will open on the Details page, where you'll be able to view or edit any information about this helper. We will discuss helper records themselves in more detail in later videos, but now that we've seen how to create one ourselves, we can get started using them.